So it's Let's Talk Tuesday, just a little bit late. As we're on holiday time today, and the theme is that ask me anything. New deal on social media, and here we are with I don't even know what I was going to say. Ask me anything. I don't even know. Oh, you can ask me anything here too. The biggest bang. Yes, that's what I was going to talk about. The biggest bang for self-improvement, the biggest bang for shifting energy, the biggest bang, so to speak, for the buck. Most things that I offer don't cost anything. So there's a huge bang for the buck because doesn't have to be an investment. But today we're talking about self-acceptance, and acceptance in general is, I believe, it's like the skeleton key that unlocks so much that's on the other side. Today's Let's Talk Tuesday is titled The Value of Self-Acceptance. And I think I want to begin this by sharing a few thoughts. So my first thought is we're always consuming energy. We're always doing something on the inside. There's always a voice in our head where that's our, that subconscious mind, that limiting belief, or the, that audience that's cheering you on from your subconscious mind saying, go ahead and try, you can do anything. You're never going to know until you try. Take the first step. There's always a voice in there. And accepting that fact that there's always a voice in there helps us initiate that magical recipe of listening, noticing, listening, so then we can shift something. So if we notice something, we can choose to not listen to it. We can listen to something and then get stuck in a cycle of complaining, or a cycle of anxiety, or a cycle of helplessness, which makes it very difficult to then tie in those pieces of those other three, the other pieces of that magic recipe. So moving into shifting, it takes this moment of accepting where we are at right now. And we're in the place we are at right now because we're in the perfect place to learn something. The more we notice something, the more something, bothers us, where, we feel like, car repairs, and then next thing we know, there's another car repair, and next thing there's another bill that shows up out of nowhere, and this, that has our attention. Something needs to heal. Something's causing that back here, further down the line, further up the stream. Something's causing that energy to be manifested, that struggle to be manifested. So that's that first thought that I want to share, that acceptance that there is something going on. There's always something going on. We're always consuming energy. And somehow this leads into my note that I have here, which I don't know how this exactly ties in. In my head, it ties in. But we're either enabling a bad habit with our behavior, or we're shifting, changing what's going on upstream so we can grow a new habit. So we're either growing a new habit or we're enabling an old habit. Discovering those things that are upstream are where we turn to for those tools for personal growth. I love working with people that are in that place of recognizing, like, there's something up there There's something behind this story that I'm aware of. There's tools that you can explore yourself. There's one-on-one sessions that you can work with me. I'm really excited to roll out a new product in a week or two. I'm so excited about this new product. Stay tuned for more. And then I am also offering a promo because there's not a lot of people on my schedule, I think, for this holiday week. So I'm offering a $5 off coupon, and you can go over to the Facebook page and check that out, the promo code there. And that's going to be Life Alignment Sarah. My name has an H on it. And you can find the promo code over there. Make sure to like and follow and participate and all that fun stuff over there on social media. So that first thought, I feel like that first thought is a doozy. We're either growing a new habit with an effort to change something, or we're enabling an old habit. I might have said that wrong. We're growing a new habit if we found something to shift and add into or take out of our day, or the energy that we are already consuming, it's enabling an old habit that's creating this outcome that we don't like. Okay. We're talking about acceptance. I wrote a blog that I'm very proud of, and I got this rock that I'm carrying around because of that blog. And I hope that you can check that out as well. I'll put that in the description and probably do it in a comment for this video so it's easy to find. When we do tapping, emotional freedom technique, there's a lot of different like routines that you can do with where you tap on the body, and some holds and stuff that you can do on the body. But every single one of them starts with the heart and the small intestine, this karate chop point here, this bottom of the hand, tapping the hand, and saying these words: I love and I accept myself just the way I am. This initiates, it could sometimes irritate the system of launching all these stories up into the front of the mind of like, well, what about this day? And why does this always suck? And well, it could get very loud, very fast when tapping starts. And I feel like it's a pretty interesting experience to go through a tapping routine, especially if you've identified specifically an area that you want to heal, and the tapping routine deals with that, because there's a lot of like, oh my God, how long is this going to last? Like, the attention can wander, because that's your subconscious mind trying to keep you in your comfort zone. Even though it's an unfunctioning zone, it's still your comfort zone. When you only know struggle, when you only know resistance, and we're going to go back to that word in just a minute, that is your comfort zone. Flow is scary. Flow is outside of the comfort zone. Ease is outside of the comfort zone. Support is outside of the comfort zone. So this stone taps into that awakening piece of our inner systems, because there's this invitation to go find a stone, carry a stone around, and every time you touch it, you're going to tell yourself, you're going to say something kind to yourself out loud. I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Thank you for reminding me, stone. There is I feel like I get this extra piece of this too, because one of my favorite stories about in the Bible, a teaching of Jesus, is when he's talking about how God is everywhere. God is in you, God is in me. This, it's under this leaf, it's in this stick, it's in this stone. So I feel like I'm holding this miracle from God that's reminding me that I'm also a miracle from God. This stone is, I found it up at the farm, which makes it even more special to me. And I like how it fits in my fingers perfect. So I can have 3 contacts here, and stimulating these 3 areas, and waking that part of me up that is going to help me find what needs to heal. What's that next thought of, oh, well, maybe there's this like place that, this little dark corner. I still love and I accept. That's not me over in that corner. That's not me in that corner. That's a memory. That's an event. That's a struggle. It's a place to heal. But like, I'm over here. This is reminding me that I'm here, and those other things are over there. And the more aligned I am with loving and accepting myself, the more I can notice those things that are not me, or I don't want to be me, and I can start to separate from them and find myself with this little stone. I hope you check out that blog. I'm very proud of it, like I said. And this stone has been very helpful for me. And tapping has been very helpful for me. Writing my blog has been very helpful for me. Doing these videos has been very helpful for me. And I love sharing my journey because I feel like when I do get feedback about the channel or whatever, somebody reading and using the journal, or tapping into one of the downloadables, having a session with me, it feels so like I love my job. I love my place in this world. I love this guidance that I offer. And I don't know, it just makes me happy. So that was the second point that I wanted to make. Moving on to this third and last point. Thank you for being here. I still see a person, and I think you're up at the pond waiting, watching this video. Thank you for that. And I want to talk about the opposite of acceptance. And I think we can go to like rejection, as opposite of acceptance. But I want to introduce a thought that maybe the opposite of acceptance is resistance. Just trying to sign in here. I was a little late anyway for getting here for Let's Talk Tuesday. And, this resistance to there's a lot of resistance that shows up in my life. And I feel it. And I can be in a place here. And this is a little bit why acceptance has showed up as a piece of wellness. It is something that I really want to focus on because to me, I feel like it's the solution to resistance. I'm up to my eyeballs in frustration, and I can either, keep swinging, keep moving around, keep making all, those things that have a grip on me, making them hold on with my struggle. Or I can say out loud, wow, this is hard because it feels hard right now. This is hard because it feels hard. So maybe these things that feel like are resisting me, maybe I'm holding on to them as well. Maybe it's this, I don't have anything to hold back on me, but, sometimes, and this covers something that I talk to especially new clients about a lot, where they'll say, oh, you're going to fix my neck pain. Oh, you're going to fix this financial struggle. Like what, whatever. And my answer is always no, you're the one holding on to that. So you're the one that has to let go. I'm not going to contribute. I'm not going to put my hands around your hands and tell you how bad it is. I'm also not going to tell you the story of, yeah, it's really easy. If you just, if you just let go, if you just take a deep breath, like life will just show up. I'm not going to tell you that either. I'm going to tell you that I'm here to guide you in finding these places to heal. And we're going to correct these energetic patterns. And we're going to change the way that you notice life around you, notice life inside of you. And you're going to be able to listen to that better. And you're going to be able to shift into a place of where it is you want to go. And sometimes it also is helpful for people to find where they want to go. Some people only know where they don't want to go. And that's just resistance. That's more resistance. And when we get into a place of acceptance of, wow, yeah, I really don't know where I want to go. Or, yeah, wow, well, maybe this neck pain, maybe you're right, and I'm running around trying to hand over this responsibility to everybody, and everybody wants to take my dollar and everybody wants to make me a promise. But then, I'm handing the next person my next dollar and I'm getting the next promise. And there's not very commonly that conversation of the emotional connection to it, the stress connection to it. And I talk about this all the time. I use a fake book. I'm just going to pull whatever this is, Wisdom of Tai Chi over here, and pretend this is the desk reference of the medical diagnosis thing. Open it up to a page. This is page 204. If you have a desk reference manual, please open to page 204. Shut your eyes, put your finger down. Whatever is there is caused by stress. Whatever is there, whatever is under your finger, it is caused by stress. And if you open to a different page and put your finger down, it's caused by stress. It's caused by stress. It's caused by stress. A medical diagnosis is just a summary of symptoms. It's just a way to bill insurance companies. It does not mean anything to the body. It still means your neck hurts. It doesn't explain why your neck hurts. It explains why the insurance will be billed for X, Y, and Z, or it doesn't cover this anymore, or there's no options for this anymore in the conventional medicine. But let's talk, what about the stress that contributes to this? 40, 50 years ago, Dr. Bruce Lipton proved, he could still prove it right now in a petri dish, that your genetics do not predetermine your illness or a condition or a diagnosis or a disease. It's the environment that you live in. Patterns of life that you have learned and accepted generationally affect more of our tissue than what we are predisposed to in our DNA. Dr. Bruce Lipton is an epigenealogist. He studies exactly that. He studies the genealogy passed on through cellular tissue for 40, 50 years. There's a handful of conditions where there's markers that are passed on, but they are still only engaged if they're given the right environment. Are we eating the right food? Do we love our job? Are we in a supportive relationship? Do we have hobbies that we love? What is the day like? What is keeping you up at night? Those are the things that need to heal. And how do they heal? I don't know, because it's your journey. I can tell you what I have experienced in my journey. That's why I have my channel. That's why I have my job. Every single thing that I offer has helped me. So I've gone into the process of becoming certified, becoming licensed, becoming trained in whatever I can be trained in. If it's regulated, if it's not, whatever, I learn as much as I can and I experience it. So it helps me help people, guide them into, this is what you might notice. This is where you should look for the change. Make sure you're paying attention to the change because it might be subtle. You could miss, a 1-2% shift, but then when we notice that 1 or 2% shift, we can grow that. We could let go of that piece, the 98% that might have our attention, but the 1% is what we want. That piece in meditation, that advice in meditation is that we're not looking to create that quiet space. We're looking to find that quiet place inside of us because we have to believe that it's possible. We have to believe that it's here. And most of the time, in my opinion, when we're rattling around with anxiety and we're, have these hyper emotions of whatever it is. I'm looking at my chart over here: anger, depression, jealousy, humiliation, shame. Those things are rattling around because there's this quiet place that wants to be heard. If we were just completely full of this, we wouldn't even be aware of it. we would probably have people telling us all about it, you know, like you seem like or maybe we're just even attracting people that are full of shame and full of this or that or the other thing. So we're just living in our vibration inside and outside. And those people are not going to notice. Those people are doing whatever they can to not notice that peace that wants to be noticed, that quiet place, that place that's whole inside, wherever it is, inside of you. And I think when we have symptoms like anxiety and we're aware of them, a lot of people are aware of their anxiety. I think it's a good thing because it hasn't totally taken over. You aren't completely oblivious to it. There's a quiet place in there that still has a voice that's trying to say, this isn't right. I don't want to feel this way. And having the conversation about that with yourself helps identify, okay, well, how do we want to feel? You know, what is that little quiet place? Maybe it's just quiet. Maybe it's just calm. Maybe it's we want to feel free. We don't want to feel controlled. Maybe we want to feel confident. Maybe we want to feel supported, whatever it is. There's something in there when we think about that quiet place. Well, what is that quiet place like? What does that quiet place want? Does it want hope? Because we can just, as soon as you feel like you identify that you want hope, I don't want to put my stone down ever. I'm not even going to put it down. I'm just going to grab my magnet. Whenever you feel like you want to find hope, when it kind of knocks on that door and you're, oh yeah, hope, having hope would feel great. You know what you can do? You can grab a magnet and you can swipe it up here. This is what we do during sessions to clear trapped emotions or balance energy. We do a lot with this governing meridian. I just use it from the forehead up. I'm just going to take this magnet. We're going to run it up here, and I'm releasing this feeling of hopelessness. 1, 2, 3. Keep rubbing this magnet up over the head. You can use your fingertips. You don't have to get all wound up about what my magnet looks like and all of this. We are magnetic. You can use your fingertips, like I said. You can use whatever magnet you want to use, or just your hand. Set that intention. I'm releasing this feeling. I'm releasing this vibration of hopelessness because I'm ready to feel more hope. When we remove hopelessness, hope is there. We naturally have hope, being a living being on earth. We are given the right for hope. Hopelessness can kind of try to snuff out that little flame inside of us. But if you want to keep a fire going overnight, if you're camping, you cover it. You do smother it to keep the air from coming through the coals. And then you can uncover that in the morning and you can have a lot more coals than if you just left it opened at night. And we can almost imagine that hopelessness, it thinks that it's getting us, but there's embers of hope under hopelessness. Always, always, always. When we take that, doesn't matter where it is on the body. You don't have to be connected to the whole story. When you feel like you are disconnecting from hope, grab a magnet, use your fingertips, run it up over this forehead, and I say something I'm going to offer these words. You can say something similar. Don't get super wound up about, am I doing this right? Just accept that your intention is doing what it needs to do. Take the fingertips and say, I'm releasing this feeling of hopelessness because I'm ready to reconnect with my hope. When we remove hopelessness, hope is there. I got off on a tangent with resistance. I've been talking for quite a while. I'm going to say this. So I developed that whole thought of this resistance whole thing. And I want to say that, I'm inviting this thought of acceptance. The opposite of acceptance is resistance. So when we feel resistance, I'm going to invite that thought of, I need to accept this moment for what it is. It sucks. This moment sucks. And that's it. We can accept that. How can I heal that? How can I make it different? Where can I find support? What do I want to be feeling right now? How can I move into that direction? And so do you see how that shifts everything and how that can kind of quantify in a better way where we're at, what we're doing, what's going on? Noticing, listening, and shifting is happening when we're finding a place of acceptance. In electricity land, light bulbs and all of this land, if we're not getting a good current of electricity, we're not in a flow of electricity, there's something in the way. So there's some resistance somewhere. We need a better wire. There might be some corrosion, right? There might be something wrong with like a plug. So, it's not fitting in correctly. So there's a play, and I don't know if you've ever had a plug in where kind of the cord can still wiggle around. And now, I'm old enough to remember where we didn't have the large side and the small side. So, those ones with the two that are small, if we try to use one of those old cords, they're going to be sloppy in a newer outlet. I don't recommend that. Get a new cord. So it's much safer. But reducing the resistance helps that energy flow. So when we are in that struggle, there is resistance and energy can't flow. We can't heal. We can't notice. We can't listen. We can't shift. We can't accept anything. So finding that least resistance is so important. And I think the answer is acceptance. And so, that tool of this rock that I don't want to ever let go of, but I'm going to have to eventually, because I have to get back to work, and I could probably do my other work with this. I don't think I can massage with this. So it's going to have to go back in my pocket. But I love holding this because it makes me feel, it connects me to hope. This is that pebble of hope. That's the name of the blog, Acceptance, the Pebble of Hope. I don't know. I hope that it feels as good to you as it does to me. And I hope you check out the practice. I have, my stone and two other stones I think I have a picture of. And I want to put them somewhere so people can see them and to celebrate them in some way, because I feel like it is a great little project and a great tool for inviting in that hope, inviting in that flow, inviting in acceptance. And when we're inviting in acceptance, we are naturally going to let go of resistance. And I'm going to go back to this point that I talked about before. Only you can let go of that resistance because it's your resistance. Only I can let go of my resistance because it's my resistance. I can gather tools and I can learn things and I can try things, balance my energy, notice, read things, have experiences, get treatments, do this, that, the other thing. But at the end of the day, only you can heal you. Only I can heal me. And it's always our job to optimize our environment for our body, to heal our body. That's what our job is. Our job is to not throw our responsibility out on other people, get a diagnosis and then tell everyone else it's their problem. They have to work around it. Nope. I went through this effort to get a diagnosis so I can understand my needs better, how I can optimize my environment for me to heal me. That's a lot for today. And I didn't even have a lot of notes. I don't know if you can even see that. It's like it's a little bit, some of it's in pencil, so it doesn't show up. But I feel like that was a really good Let's Talk Tuesday. Hopefully that passes on some information. Hopefully people can connect to it. I really appreciate people being here. And I appreciate anyone that is listening to this and hopefully something stirs inside of you and it feels hopeful and you want to run out and get a pebble and go read that blog and see what that's all about. Okay, so I'm out of here. Thanks for being here. I will talk to you again very soon.